Hello, today it is Stifado. It's a Greek island dish, not really found on the mainlands, but very tasty dish. Someone asked me to do this, so I'm going to do it for them and show you how to do it. Here's what you're going to need. Down here we have a big chunk of beef. This is prime rib, probably not really what you want for this. You want something more like a chuck steak, something slower cooked, but it's all we've got. It's all I got all this, so there we go. You're going to need some tomato puree, if going down. I think Sean's a bit busy there. But anyway, a stock cube, 2 bay leaves. This is cassia bark, but you can use cinnamon. Same thing, it's got loads of different names. Alcia, cassia, casa bark, Chinese cinnamon, much stronger, much better for me. Parsley, I have in there 6 cloves, little cloves, and I've got 4 cloves of garlic. There's the little cloves, can we zoom in on them? That's, yep, you keep going, Jonesy, don't stop for me, that's it, keep going. So we've zoomed in on them. I could not get baby onions, so I've got little small onions that I've had to use, which we will be using. I've chopped them in half, keeping that stalk in, they won't come apart. If we cook them, keep that in the end, they'll not come apart. Red wine vinegar, a bottle of red wine. This is a Beaujolais, but it's fine, it's a Beaujolais. I've got a tin of chopped tomatoes, we're going to use about half of them, salt, pepper, olive oil, so your 2 bay leaves, and that's about it for this second. So I'm going to get my gear on, my chef's gear, and I'll be back with, well, not chef's gear, I'm going to put an apron on, and that's about it, and I'll be back with you in a minute. Right, here we are. We're going to do it in sections, so we'll be stopping the camera, but what you've noticed, it'll be in, out, in, out. In a piece of beef. There it is. What I love about this dish is when you do actually go to the islands, you get big chunks. Now, up to me. You can buy those little chopped things in a supermarket if you want, that's fine, it's up to you, but they're just teeny little things, and by the time you've done them, they're like shrunk down to nothing. So I'm going to do, we're going to do bigger chunks, so I'm just going to cut into this like so. Not quite that big, but like that. I think that's about a nice size for me. There we go. Straight through. It's a beautiful marbling through this this meat as well, and a bit of fat, which Shell's not going to like. So what nice big chunky pieces like so. Got that. Let's cut that diagonal straight through. One more cut there. Basically that'll do me. We might cut that piece out, it's a pretty biggish piece, and render it down a little in there. Put that through, and there's my beef. This is for 3 people. Pretty easy to do really, if you stick with it. I shall take my cloth and I'll wipe my hands, should wash them really, but there you go. I put a bit of beef that I can hear sizzling in there. I'm going to use for this olive oil. It's just a ordinary olive oil. Nothing special, not virgin, no little bits in it and all that. Maybe 2 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons of oil. We will add more later when we're doing our onions. I'm now going to turn it up because I want to sizzle when the beef goes in. We want a bit of colour on the beef. The beef is going to be taken out and put to the side. Shell's pulling a funny face, I don't understand why. What's up, the onions? Oh no, she thinks the onions should be done first, but I don't think the onions should be done first. One of us has done this many times and sold it. The other's not. Which one? Right, let's get on with the beef. Oh, now she's doing a face, so ignore that. Let's get our beef in. There it is. Sizzle there, hear that? Come in. Come and see my beef. Come and see my beef sizzle. There are big chunks of beef in. No messing about. Different sizes. This beef is not one that cooks really. We can do it short or long. It's a prime rib, it's a good cut of meat, so I'm going to do it a little bit cheated. I'm going to do it a bit quicker. And our tea will be slightly different than the tougher meat that usually does this. When you come back, I will show you the colour that I've got on my steak. Or, well, as it goes, it's a ribeye, so yeah, see in a minute. So I've got a load of colour on there. Now I'm going to take it out. I'm not going to cook that anymore there. I'll take it out. This is not the way you would usually do this, but because of the kind of meat I'm using, I'm going to different taps on it. We can cook this for 2 hours later. If it was chuck steak, which you probably would, you would do. Now the beef that I've got there, I'm going to use this red board. Hey, someone's going to say, hey, you shouldn't be using it red board. Just cut meat on it. It's going straight in the pan. Any germs that are on there are going to be dead. Come down here, just peel that half the onion. Just don't cut the end off, just that little bit. Leave that bit on there. Take that bit off. And there we go. We're just going to throw our onions in there now. We're just going to let them colour. We just want a little bit of colour on them. And they will colour. There. And then we'll take them to the side, just like the beef, and then we'll get on with the main dish. See you in a minute. Right, you're back again. My onions here, come in, and have a look at these. This kind of colour we want on them. We're not cooking them through, because we'll do that in the pan. Now we've got a bit of colour on them, we'll take them all out. And just put them to the side, really. Remember, you got baby onions for this, so you can get shallots. I just couldn't get any. So I just got these little teeny onions, and not baby, not shallot, but they'll do the business. You know, they'll do what we need. Back in the pan shell. So we'll put them to the side. And there we go. Now, we're going to come over here. I'm going to take that off the heat, because I don't want to be really vicious with this. I am going to take cloves there. Bay leaves. And I have, let's say, 4 large cloves, or 6 small ones. I'm just going to cut them down the middle lengthwise like this. I'm not going to, inside is a thing that makes it a little bit stronger, but sometimes we'd take that out, but I'm not going to, because that's the way I roll. So I've got 4 halves. I'm just going to put them in there. I'm going to get that oil that I've already got in there. It's a bit over. Mess it around like that. I'm going to add another tablespoon of oil, take the temperature of the pan down, and just leave that going. So, very low heat. I would crunch these like you do with the shop ones, but these are real. These are from our garden, from the tree. They'll just all break up. So I'm going to throw them in. I've got my cloves in there. Got that green stuff. You know what a clove is? These little things you rub on your teeth. You rub it in there if you've got a toothache. I've got about 6 of them in there. I'm just going to add them in. Fry them off for a minute. Casa bark, or cassia bark, whatever you want to call it. Chinese cinnamon, whatever. Just putting it in there loose. The next thing that I'm going to add in is a little bit of tomato sauce, because that's where we're at. In fact, no, we'll go with the wine first, just so we can get the alcohol off. Then about one, you know what? I'm looking at stuff. I think I've got it in. I'm not. 1 tablespoon tomato puree. Do apologise. Needs to go in. 1 large tablespoon of tomato puree. That's in. Let's stir that around. We need to fry it off a bit, you see. Always worth frying that. You only need a few seconds to fry it off at that temperature. I've turned the pan up. That'll do. It's all coloured in there. About half a tin of tomatoes, just to thicken it. Some people add that to this dish, some people don't. Most Greek islands do. Some don't, some just use the wine. So when I get it all back to temperature now, look at the pan, look at. I'm very good looking, I've got to say, I say it myself, but you know, the pan, chef, the pan. I know he's up to. I'm not that gorgeous. Right, there we go, up again. Around about 100 millilitres of this, which in this bottle is probably about that much there. You know, there's no, probably a bit more than that there. You don't have to be accurate with stuff really like this. We're making something that's nice. We can make it. We can thin it out by reducing the water down. We've already got a nice thick sauce there. We will be adding more of that later, but not just yet. I also have some white wine vinegar I'm going to throw in. Here's the white wine vinegar. Red wine vinegar. Sorry, shells like that. It's a red wine vinegar we use for this. If you haven't got it, use white wine vinegar. The only thing I say don't use is do not use malt vinegar. Just does not work. I've not even opened it, it's brand new. So about a tablespoon of that in there. These are abouts, and there we go. Now I did say to you, this beef, we're going to go for a long cook on it, even though it's lovely now. It's absolutely, you could eat that now, this beef, but it's not chuck, it's not a tough beef. We're going to turn it into a tough beef because we're going to cook it and we're going to overcook it and then cook it some more, just like you do with a chuck. You don't need to do it with this meat, but that's what we're going to do because we want it falling to pieces. It will do what we want it to do. So the beef's gone in there, and I keep stirring that around. and then we'll take the temperature up again. At this stage I am not adding any salt and pepper because it's going to reduce. So what I am going to do is add a little bit of our stock. I've got a beef stock cube there. I'm going to add that stock cube with about 150 millilitres of water. I'm going to add the full beef stock cube in there because I just want it to be really, really, well, I'm smacking in the face kind of flavours, if you like. So about 200 millilitres of water, one full stock cube, and by the time you're back, we'll be ready to mix that in and do it all. See you in a minute. Hey, something I did forget. Crazy, you know. I forgot the Man City cup, or the Man City mug. Do need the Man City mug. Very important to mix my little stock blended. So our stock's in there. I have about 200 millilitres of water, which will bring it to about here. Up there, because this is around 300 millilitres, and then I'm going to mix that stock in. So you can't do this in any other cup. You must go and buy a Manchester City cup to do this, to be fair. I'll get myself a fork and mix it all in. Just so if we don't mix it in, you might get a lump of it in there. It's good. And you know, I would love to make I'd love to get some marrowbone and make a big stock and that. But listen, if you can get marrowbone round here at this minute, good luck to you, because all the butchers are basically shutting down. They've got no one to support them, by the way. So if you can go somewhere besides Tesco, do try to this time, because you're going to find when we come out of this, we're going to have nothing left. Anyway, there you go. That's my sauce. I'm now going to have the stock. All my stock's in, a little bit in there. Doesn't matter if a teeny bit like that's there. We're going to turn it up now and just get it on bring it up to the boil. Then I'm going to drop it down to a simmer, and I'm going to leave it there for about 45 minutes to an hour. Come check it, add my other bits, whatever, maybe season it then. Let's see. So we'll lid it. If you do not lid it, tight lid, the water you'll come in 45 minutes with nothing in it. But this is a very tight fitting lid, if you see. There's nothing's going to get out of that. So I turn it right to its lowest, I put it on the back, and I walk out, and that's that. Right, we've now been on for about half an hour. You come over, we'll have a look here. The Beaujolais is all but gone. Like I said, a little bit there, we're going to put in this later. Here's how we're going to check this meat. Good way to check it is, if we put these forks in, will it all fall apart? There is not a prayer. After half an hour, 40 minutes, this is going to come apart. So see that? We're getting there. We've got a bit of give, a little bit of give. This could take, if you've got chuck, steak, something like that, could take about 40 minutes. I mean, an hour, 40 minutes, something like that. So I'm going to keep that on, but come back in, come back in, come back in. We can see how liquidy it is, so it's all cooking well. The tomatoes have now disappeared in there. You're going to keep that on. So I just thought I'd show you that. When it's got about 20 minutes left, we're going to put our onions in to soften up. There's the onions, still a bit hard, you won't want to eat them as they are, but 20-30 minutes in that pan with all that, so colour, flavour, absolutely stunning. We're still not going to season because we're still going to cook it off. But one thing I didn't tell you before, what we are having this with, now I thought I'd tell you now because I'm going to put it on now to get them a bit in this way. We're going to use, it's a kind of Greek English fusion in a way, because these are Jersey Royals and they are at the peak of season right now. What's the date today? About the 4th of May? Oh yeah, it's Star Wars Day, isn't it? 4th of May, yeah, Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you, or whatever it is. So we've got these. I've already cooked them in a pan and got them in cold water. So all we're going to do is we're going to roast them off in a bit of olive oil. A bit of, you'll need a grater for this, we're just going to grate over that, but after they're cooked. And then squeeze a load of lemon on them, and oregano, salt, pepper, and what's the other good vegetable at this time, the best vegetable? The best vegetable for me at this time of year, at its peak of season, is English asparagus. It's here. We've cooked it already, it's a little bit dull. This has not gone, what it should have been is put in a pan, boiled, yeah, and then threw in ice. But because me Jonesy needed me to do something for her, and she really wanted me to do this thing for her, didn't you, Jonesy? Yes, she did. I'm not going to tell you what that thing is. Maybe if you ask her, I don't know, but it's nothing. I needed to do this thing for her. Anyway, so they got a little bit over, because so it's not soft, but it's not far off. We are going to oil these, salt, pepper them, maybe a bit of Maldon salt, we'll go a bit posh in them. We're going to put them in our grill pan that the heat is flying off like mad. It'll grill them up a bit, but they really should be zinging green because we threw them in ice water, but we threw them in too late because Jones is wanted me to do something for it. Anyway, irrelevant. And by the time you're back, all this will be done. We're going to throw these in our baking tray with a good bit of olive oil over them, so they'll get a bit of colour, they'll look amazing. Salt, pepper them, oregano, lemon at the very end. The oregano can go in while we're roasting them, and the oil. Yeah, so the Beaujolais kind of has gone missing. I don't know where it went. I wonder, can you guess where it went? Well, yes, Jonesy, she drank most of it, but there you go anyway. So I will see you when we're about to put it all in the oven and get ready to go. See you in a minute. Back again. Right, here we are, coming this time. Remember I showed you this in the meat a second ago? Or it was about 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes ago. Look at this now, it's starting to break up. So we know in 20 minutes that's going to be a certain way. So my onions, there they are. Oh, beautiful. We're going to, actually, no. What's the Greek? Do you know when you got Greek, you only learn one or two words, so you like malaka, and I can't remember half of them. Malaka means, well, you know what it means. You've all been to Greece. There's in there. We're going to tip all them in there. I am just going to get my big spoon, and Shell can lovingly zoom in, and we're just going to stir them in, make sure they're underneath. And get them all dipped in. We want them to cook. They're going to take 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes to cook on a nice low heat. Lid back on. Meantime, I am now got to take my potatoes. That is what we did with these Jersey rolls. The most amazing British potatoes from Jersey ever. Such a great potatoes. Such a, wherever they're from in the world, these are the best at this time of year. Get them now. We're just going to get our tray. I'm going to line it with, hey, guess what? Because the Greek style, we're going to put a bit of olive oil in there. Move that. We're going to get our spuds now. They're already cooked. Remember that. So these won't take long. These are going to take 10 minutes from when we put them in. We're not putting them in yet. All I'm doing is getting them prepared. It doesn't have to be hot because we want some of the oil to soak in. If we put them in sizzling hot, we're going to get, I don't want roast potatoes, I want Greek style potatoes that I'm going to damp down with a load of lemon. So I'm going to leave them to soak this amazing organic olive oil that is from, I can't see the, I shouldn't swear, but I can't see it. My eyesight's that bad. Let's pretend it's from Italy or somewhere. I don't know where the hell it's from, but it's a good olive oil. So we're going to put that in there, shake it about. I'm now going to season it from a height like that. Yes, get in there. Beautiful. Jesus Christ, sound like fucking lot of mums in it. A bit of potato on, a bit of pepper on. I'm going to make it very fine. I don't want a big chunks of pepper. A bit more refined. And then I'm going to just do the old toss like that. And by the time you're back, they will have cooked a little bit. They'll go in the oven. I think you're going to be back in about 10 minutes. So, hey, 10 minutes so you get these in. See you in a minute. Back again. Right, our potatoes now. We're talking 10 minutes from what was before, so we've got another 10 on them. I'm going to take my potatoes. I'm going to take my oregano, put it in my hand because it's easier to manage. We're going to sprinkle a little over there. Get it in like that. They are now in there for heating up. I don't need to show that because all those fish things are in there. She won't eat this. So anyway, I'm going to put this on a high heat, take the lid off. We're now going to boil it down. We're going to take, not boil it, should have said. We're going to take the hot water off it. A lot more water, make it the flavour come out. These onions have been on for 10 minutes. You'll note they're still not cooked. So there was something before that Michelle was she was going like a wildcat trying to get this stuff, but so I've had to fight her off to keep this little bit of Beaujolais, or you'll call it red wine. Use a red wine, a strong red wine. We're gonna just add that to that now, and look in there. I'm gonna have to fight her for this. We have to put that there. Right, I'm just gonna stir that in a little bit. I am now got to leave the lid off this yeah, because I want to get it to a sauce consistency. So I'm going to put it on a low heat. It's got another 10 minutes to cook, as the potatoes have. So we've got 10 minutes to do on that, so we're going to leave it on a nice low heat. The steam will come off, and by the time you're back, we're on our asparagus that is a dirty lamp green colour instead of a vibrant bright colour, because Shell wanted me to do something, and she knows what it was. I felt bad doing it, but you know, she minded. Anyway, I'll see you in a minute. Hello people, we're back again. What we need for our next stage is Stifado is here. Come. Let's have a quick look. It's thickening up. The lid was off. You take the lid off, you put the lid on. If you notice now, the meat is coming apart very well. Look at that. So this is great. We're about 4 minutes off. We're keeping that on. We added our Beaujolais that Michelle didn't drink, or what was left of it. And now what we're going to do is put our asparagus on. I don't expect you to be wanting asparagus. We're going to use this very high heat. It's a grill pan. So you know the ones what put lines in things and stuff like that? We're going to chuck all the asparagus on there, just add a bit of colour. Here's what I'm going to do. Bit of oil, ordinary oil, like so. And then, oh no, that's not good oil, but there you go. We're going to just roll them out like so. A little bit of salt. I shouldn't have lit my finger there. Someone might point that out. A little bit of salt in there. But I've not used that hand, so it's cool. A little bit of pepper. And we're now going to move it about. We're going to get the whole lot of asparagus and put them in. Bit of an angle. I don't know, whatever you want. Get them in like that. They'll just cook there. They'll add a bit of colour to them. I'm now very aware I've got my Stifado there. It's going to want some of our parsley chopping, and I've also got my potatoes, so we're going to loosely chop some of this. Don't want it, you know, we just want it like about that much there. I'm going to go across 3 or 4 times like so. Put that there. Our asparagus now, this is a grill pan, so we will be able to get this like that and turn it. Hopefully there'll be a bit of colour on it there. Slight markings there, but we'll leave it on. This is Shell when she's plying me with alcohol, you see. We're now going to take our potatoes out that were there before. Not a massive amount of colour on them. Don't really want a massive amount of colour, but there we go. I'm now going to get my lemon. This is lemon, yes. There, Shell pulls out our grater, and we're going to grate the rind over there, like so. Everything you can get off that lemon is fine. It has got the oregano in it, I put it in before. It's got salt and pepper, like so. And it's going to go back in the oven for a couple of minutes. When it comes out, we're going to cut this bad boy in half, squeeze it all over it, and serve. So it's kind of like a Greek kind of setting. I'm now going to turn. Is something there, you're right. I think Shell's pretty drunk. So we're now going to turn some of these, yeah? And they should have a bit of the scarring. See that? Look a black light. That's what we want on them. Just a little bit of colour. They bring it back into it. We're going to take that off because I want it thickened up. We've got some of the oil. We have a look in there. Oh yes. Make sure you are moving this around quite a lot because the cassava adds pure flavour and that's what we want. So anyway, I'm going to turn these over, and by the time you're back, hopefully we'll have plated this out. Hey listen, there ain't going to be no Michelin star plating. The asparagus hasn't been cut like it should do. It's what it is. It's a family tea. It's hopefully easy for you, and you can use any in-season vegetables, but I just think asparagus right now, beginning of May, bang on. Jersey Royals, wow, can't get any better. Anyway, you'll see when we get back after I throw this parsley there. Shall I show? That into that, give it a stir around, save a little for the end, and dinner's done. We're all eating. See you in a minute. Back now, smoke everywhere because we've got a grill pan on with our asparagus in. Gonna taste. Don't forget, we didn't season this. Tastes amazing, but you know what's gonna make it more amazing? A little bit of seasoning. Maybe 2 grams, looking at that, there's one. 2 grams is half a teaspoon. I'm going to add a good bit of pepper. And you know what, because I'm this way inclined. I love the flavour of this stuff. A little bit of lemon through the fingers, wallop in there. And we're going to turn that in. Oh, sorry, I did forget. Parsley. It's now ready to go. We're going to turn it off the heat. You're going to see the sticks, you're going to see the cloves. You don't want to be eating the cloves, you don't want to be eating the bay leaves. So we're just going to do this. Turn it all in. Have a little taste of that. Don't forget them onions I've been cooking. Them bad boys there. They've been cooking for 20 minutes now. Should be nice and soft. Should just be able to cut them open. And now we're going to taste it. I've added that. My God, that's good. It's always going to be good though, won't it? So anyway, here's our asparagus. We're going to just plate up a little bit of that. We didn't season. Let's season. A little bit of that. A little bit of pepper. Here's what we're going to do. One there, one nice piece of asparagus, one English asparagus right in season with its colour all showing. I'm now going to take my potatoes out of the oven, which will have a teeny little bit of colour on them. I'm going to do that. We don't want to. Probably best not to do that yourselves. Little bit of this and a lot of this. A lot of lime on them. Lemon, sorry. These it should be waxy potatoes. Well, anyway, that's how it goes. There we go. You will see the odd one with a little bit of colour. Not a lot of colour. There you go. And just like, hey, let's magical a bit on there as well. And I need a scoop here. So my Stifado. Take it this way, the sauce should be perfect, the onion should be there, and hey, listen, basically with that, let me turn that one in. That is our the evening meal for us tonight. So Stifado, Greek potatoes and British asparagus. British potatoes, hey, it's a fusion. There you go, see you in a bit.